Hey everyone, I just want to make a quick video today about why you shouldn't pay a detailer to wash your car. Um, Sorry, you can see my background. I need to, arrange some stuff over here. It's my little Pepto Bismol bottle. I use it a lot. Um, so I've been thinking about this for a while. There's been a lot of people who contact me and ask me how much I charge for just a basic car wash. And when I tell them the price, they think it's too expensive. They ask me why I charge so much. Do I include a wax with that price? Um, so my definition of a basic wash is yes, the exterior wash, but I also clean the wheels, clean the tires, dress the tires, clean the wheel wells if possible. Of course, the windows and all that. So basically, you're getting a full service wash. Even the inside, you get the vacuum, a deep vacuum. I don't really clean the dashboard or the trim too much. I just dust it off. Um, Obviously, it's not a detail, so I'm not gonna do too much for the interior. And some people think that's expensive. Well, considering that I have to go to you because I'm mobile, and then the time it takes, because I'm not a drive-through car wash. I don't take 5 minutes to wash your car, just the outside anyway. Um, so if you want something cheap and your car is not that dirty, then I would just honestly pay 3 5 bucks to run it through a self-service wash and just hose it off with pressure washer, and then pressure apply the pressure washer soap that you can use on there. I still don't think you should take it for one of those drive-through brushes that tend to scratch up your car. Just do the simple spray gun. And the reason why I say that, yeah, I do want customers, and yeah, I do want to make some income, but at the same time, like, I suggest that if you don't have anything that dirty, you can just take it in yourself versus paying me $35 for just your car to be clean. Now, why it's such a good idea is if it's mildly dirty or to moderately dirty on the outside, and then you have just like a lot of dust or trash on the interior that I could just vacuum up. And I tend to go underneath the seats and get into the vents underneath the cars, but a lot of people don't do. Even if you to go through like those $10 $20 car washes where they actually vacuum it for you, they still don't get in deep enough. So that's where I pride myself on that. And I do charge $35 for a small car. Some people charge less, some people charge more. That's every detailer has their own price. Um, so that being said, um, if your car needs a little more TLC than just a regular rinse off, then yeah, you call me. But I don't want people to complain about my prices when I'm charging what I think is fair, considering the work I'm gonna put in. And even if you were to go like, I can't say the name, but there's a lot of like those drive-through car washes where you can pay for a month, or you can pay like $5 to $7, and they include the free vacuum where you vacuum it yourself. Um, you pay like $5 7 now to go through those, and yeah, it's cool because it does clean your car, and yeah, you can vacuum yourself, so that's pretty cool. But aside from risking swirls and scratches on your car, you also tend to be rushed when it comes to the vacuuming, so you don't really get to do all that because a lot of times they'll only give you 5 minutes to get all the vacuuming done. And aside from that, you do have to pay extra to get your wheels cleaned in most cases, and then extra to get them shined or dressed. Um, and I've tried it once where I paid, I think it was like $5 for the regular wash, and I paid like $3 more to get my wheels cleaned. It didn't actually do anything. The brush, you can see where the brush kind of just struck a little bit of the tire, the wheel, and they left you can see the brush marks, but it didn't clean up anything. It just left like little brush marks, so it didn't really soak it too much or like hose it down well. So I ended up paying, I think, $8 to $9 for that car wash, and I still had to go home and clean the tires myself and dress them myself. Because if you have to pay like an extra $2 to get them dressed. I don't know what kind of dressing they use. So, should you pay a detailer $35 so you get a detailer to wash your car? I I would say no if it's just a simple dusting. I mean, you obviously, I understand it. Like, if your car only has like a thin layer of dust, you can just get like just a showroom shine or a quick detail, or just wipe it off. Make sure you saturate it enough so you wipe it off with a soft microfiber towel so you don't create any swirls or scratches. Um, but if you do need a little more TLC, like I said, I think it is a great deal. Obviously, the prices vary by the size of the car. I don't charge by model or maker because a lot of people, there's not a lot, but there's detailers who do charge because it's a Porsche or an Escalade or anything like that. They charge a premium because it's a high end car. To me, it makes no difference. It's still a car. It's still paint. It's still metal. The, unless I'm doing like where I'm applying a little paint correction or like doing a little touch up paint to those kinds of cars, then I do charge a premium because I have to pay extra for that paint. Um, so do you do you really want to pay $35? That's up to you. I just wouldn't question a detailer when it comes to the prices. Obviously, they have a reason why they charge that much. Um, I'm not complaining. I mean, it sounds like I'm ranting, but I'm just letting you know how it is. I would don't understand why detailers charge so much. Why another detailer charges you less than what another detailer does. Um, it varies. Everybody does their methods differently. Everybody has their own chemicals they use. Some use like straight up one brand, which just tends to be more expensive than the other brand. That all depends. Um, but that is what it is. Um, the other side, I mean, on another note, I just can't seem to stay out of the sun. I just went for a run, did a little workout at the park, got a little tanning action going on. Unfortunately, mostly it's under my sleeves. You can see I got that little farmer's tan going there. It's downside of detailing. And I did get a haircut, little at home haircut, thanks to my girlfriend. Like I owe her a big thanks. She did a pretty good job. Um, so that's a plus, At least even though I'm sweating and I'm burning up outside, at least I'm a little more fresh because of my trim. Um, so I got a couple of things here. I need to arrange all of this. As you can see, there's kind of a mess. I have a bunch of gallons here. Um, this was used to be one of my favorite products here. I can't show it. There you go. So this little guy says chemical guys. It's not chemical guys. I just use the bottle. This is I call it called Sunny Wax, and it's from a local guy here in San Diego, a shop. Um, it's one of my. It used to be one of my favorite products. You can see it's gone bad now. It's really bad. It's not supposed to look like this. Even if I shake it, it's just terrible. So what this was, especially with all the California sunshine we have here, what this was, it was a wax that I can actually spray on, on the pad and apply in direct sunlight. And I would take it off just with a normal microfiber towel, and it came out amazing. The results were awesome. It did apply a little. It did give a little protection, but the shine was just amazing. That's what I liked about it. And the fact that you can use it in direct sunlight, which unfortunately a lot of customers question because they think that you can't wax a car or polish a car in direct sunlight. And for the most part, it is true, but a lot of customers don't know what we use or our methods, and they question them because their detailer does it a different way. And that's what I mean. Every detailer has their own thing. You shouldn't question the method. You should just worry about the result. That's one of the best things I can say. But yeah, I switched over because first of all, I can't. It was kind of hard to get at the time, and then I found something else and I use it. Would I still use this? Yeah, I would if I actually had a little more space here, and then I could get this. I use something else now. Kind of like to keep it a secret though, but if you are in San Diego and you're a detailer, I do suggest that. It's called Sunny Wax, and it's from a local shop here. It's called Carglaw. They're of Chula Vista, and they are in Kearney Mesa. Really good stuff there. So you might want to check that out. Even if you are a DIY detailer, DIY detailer, there you go. You could try to look at their stuff. I know a lot of people are doing their own cars right now because of everything going on with COVID. Um, But yeah, there's some other stuff here. Ignore the oil. I have that for did my girlfriend's car, and I have a little oil left over. Might come in handy. There's nothing but water. I forgot to take it out. It's just water. So I actually got this a long time ago. I don't know if it works anymore. It's been sitting for a while, but it's called the wireless spot remover. I think they might have changed the logo. So this one, it did work. I used it once. However, it's really strong. It actually melted my microfiber applicator, so I had to throw it away after like applying it on 3 different areas. It just started melting the microfiber and became like hard and stiff really fast. So be aware if you do get this one. It's great. It does work. It's from Chemical Guys. It does work, but just be aware that it might ruin your microfiber pad. So get a cheap one, especially if all you're doing is taking out water spots. You know, if they're really hard on water spots. So yeah, there you go. Like I said, it might have changed. This was a while back, so I think it's like 2-3 years now that I had this, but you can check it out. This one was another one I got from Carglaw. There's the logo right there. It's called Midnight. It's just a wax for like dark color vehicles. It worked. I mean, I don't know if it'll work on anything else. I mean, I think you can apply it. I don't know if it has it doesn't say here. I don't know if it has like pigment in there or any kind of coloring. So I've applied it to a gray car and it worked out great. Unfortunately, I think it's gone bad now too. It's been a while, and with the heat, it's kind of gone bad. Most of my stuff is in my car right now. Most of the stuff I'm using. I was gonna clean it out, but then I have another job to do tomorrow, so I don't want to take it out and put it back in. Use this one right here for my towels. Sorry, it's kind of hard to do. Towel clean. Another one from Carglaw. I have to use that for my microfiber towels. I do like it. It's really good. Sometimes the most helpful things are you can find the simplest places. Like you don't have to go to detail shops to get a lot of this stuff. Like this extractor carpet shampoo, I got it from Home Depot. It's like $10 for the gallon. It works. It did work for like mild spots, especially if you're just doing a quick cleanup. It did work. So if you want to try it, you go to Home Depot and get it. They were sold out for a while, so I don't know if they have it anymore, but you can try. I got my Costco towels here. Now the Costco towels, they're really good for certain things. I don't tend to use them for the body. I use them for glass, interior. Some people call them the one-time use towel. They use them one time and they're done with them. It all depends. If I'm just doing the interior, just a little dusting and all that stuff, obviously I'm gonna wash it and use it again. The only problem is if wherever you clean a car and it has like debris or something that gets stuck to this, and that's a rule for every microfiber. Once the microfiber gets debris or anything that can scratch a surface on it, that's it. They're done. You can throw them away at that point, which is something you should consider as a detailer or you're doing it on your own car. If once you drop a microfiber towel, they're done. But yeah, these are really good for certain things. Sometimes I do use them on the rims, depending on what kind of rims they are. If they're like, I forgot the name of it. If they're chrome, I try not to use them because I don't know if it's gonna mar the chrome, and not every chrome's the same. Some people use really cheap chrome for their wheels. Some makers use really cheap chrome. Whereas if it could just easily be scratched or it just peels off so easy, which is a shame because they're not any cheaper. They're still expensive. So just be aware of that. But they're really good. I think I got them on sale actually, like for $10 or $12, something like that. So that was a win. I got 2 packs. See a little yoga mat there. I tried doing yoga, didn't work. so I'll just use it like as a workout mat. Anyway, see, there's a lot of microfiber pads up there. Um, a lot of stuff I have is Chemical Guys because that's when I first started. That's what I used. I had um, limited options when I first started. I thought Chemical Guys was like the best brand ever because I already kept announcing it, and you saw all these reviews. But then you do more research, then you find other places. I would suggest, if as a detailer, don't stick to one brand. Find what works for you. Sometimes the most expensive is actually not the best, or you can save yourself some money if you just buy different brands, and it could be even better quality. Just shop around. I use at least 3 different suppliers here. I still use Chemical Guys and not all their stuff. There's some stuff I like. I like Invisible Clean. Unfortunately, it's kind of expensive for a gallon. So that's the downside. The downside of Chemical Guys. A lot of stuff is expensive. I do like their air fresheners. Their odor eliminators with air fresheners. I think my favorite one. It used to be called the Stripper Scent. That name didn't go very well. So they changed it to, I think, Executive Scent or something like that. It's something like that. Which ironically, there is a scent like that at Carglass. So if you ever go there, Las Vegas or Vegas scent is pretty similar, and it kind of goes with the whole stripper thing, kind of. But at least it's not straight up cold stripper scent. And that's kind of gross if you think about it. And so, and I got that a long time ago. A green apple scent. I don't really use that one that much. I only got it because it was like $10 for the gallon. It was on sale. It's from 3D. Another supplier here in San Diego. It's a great scent if your customer likes fruity scents, and it will stick around for a while. But it's not a deodorizer. It's not gonna take away any smells. It just kind of gives it a good scent. It will last a while, but it's too strong for my taste. So only certain customers I use it for, or if it's like a really simple job. If I feel like I want to treat my customer, I just give them that scent just to make it feel a little better, smell a little better. You can see that got a couple of things here. Like I said, this is a mess. I need to work on it. This is my yard sign here. I can stick it into the ground if I need to. I have another one in the car that's on the stand-up A-frame, but yeah, I think I need to get another design later on. It's just a basic design that I found online, which is another thing. You don't have to, if you're trying to market, you don't have to spend a lot of money on marketing. You don't have to do all this. As far as the training, I've had conflicting thoughts about training. I mean, online training or those training schools, they might teach you a couple of things. They probably will teach you a lot of good things, actually. Teach you how to polish, teach you how to paint correct, which are important things, don't get me wrong. But you're spending, I think last time I checked, at least at one of the suppliers here, they want $1,000 for a training, like a week or so, a weekend or something like that. It was something ridiculous. It's actually, I think it was a weekend for $1,000, and you got free lunch, and it was like sandwiches or some shit. By the way, kids, cover your ears. I might cuss once in a while. So yeah, as far as the training, I mean, I started, first of all, I started with my dad when I was 15. I'm 28 now, but I started when I was 15. I learned from my dad. Unfortunately, he sold a lot of the stuff he had, so I had to start on my own when I started doing it again. Sorry, I got something stuck in my throat. But I learned as I went. I start small, you start with what you know. I've said that in another video. Start small. If all you can do is vacuum and just a basic car wash, and start with that, But you'll learn. And there's a lot of stuff to make it easier now. There's a lot of all-in-one polishers, which removes swirls, protect the car at the same time. So it's just one step kind of thing. Excuse me one second. So you don't have to like get the training unless you really want it. If you have the extra income, or you can go ahead and spend on it, and you probably will benefit from it. But as a guy who just started on his own, or if you're starting on your own, don't worry about too much about it. Sorry, I just need to grab my water real quick. So another thing I want to talk about is on the subject of starting. Um, what are your basics? That all depends on what you do. Like, I would suggest if you can, like, one of the basics that I and most expensive thing you can get when you're first starting, most important, would be a generator. Um, sorry, that would be a generator. You can find them in different areas. I wouldn't start with the Honda one. I know a lot of detail use the Honda generator or inverter. Um, it was too pricey for me. I think it was like $2,000 or $1,000, something like that. I think it was 1,000 actually. Sorry. But it was too much for me. I was a guy just starting with doing it on his own. I didn't have that income. I don't have the funds to do $1,000 for a generator when I still had to get a vacuum, plus some supplies. You can get some cheap generators or inverters at Costco. I think I got one right there actually. I got it and it was $600. It's still not cheap. I thought it was, honestly, it's overpriced, but out of an emergency, I had to get it. It does have warranty, so that's a good thing, which is a good thing to look out for. You can go to Harbor Freight and get theirs for like $500, something like that. Might be less if it's on sale, which things are always on sale on Harbor Freight. Um, but if you can, don't focus on the starting watts. I know a lot of them say 2000 starting watts or 2000 watts on the box. We need to worry about the running watts. So that one is the one I have right now. Is 1600 running watts, which it's cool. It does power a lot of things. It does power the vacuum with no problem. It struggles with my little extractor, and I don't use a big extractor. I don't even use um, a professional detailing extractor. Honestly, all I use is one of those little. I think they're little green machines or big green machines that you get at Walmart. I think it's on sale now for $50. So if you want to look into that, go ahead. I recommend it. So be aware of that because it kind of struggles. It does have a turbo function, which does help it, but I feel like I can't run it that long like that. And I have a steamer, like a small little steamer. Again, I bought from Costco. So it struggles with that as well. I try not to run it too long either. Um, so just be aware of that. Honestly, I think all you really need the generator for is just your vacuum is the most important thing. If you can't get a generator, I get it. You don't have to. You can just start by using the client's power if possible. If you want to use water, you can ask if you can use their hose or their water. It's all up to them. I mean, I go rinseless, so I don't really use water except for the 5 gallon bucket that I showed you guys. Um, it all depends on you. Like some customers are okay with it. Most of them are actually. Um, as long as you tell them straight beforehand, like, hey, you know what? I don't have a source of power. Can I use? Do you mind if I use your power outlet? Most of the time they're cool. They actually ask me every time I do a job. I don't even ask them if I can use their power or anything like that. They're like, oh, do you need power? Here's the power supply. And I'm like, oh no, I have it covered. But it all depends. But if they start questioning you, like I said, if you start doing rinseless washes where it's just your bucket of water and you have like another bucket for rinsing off, and they question you on that, like, oh, you don't use any water. I've heard it before, like, oh, you don't use any water, then how do you wash cars? I tell them how it is. This is what I do. I use this. It won't scratch up the car. And sometimes they still question it, but at the end of the day, when the car is done, they come out. They're like, "Oh, it's such a good job. How did you do it?" And stuff like that. Um, so keep that in mind. Like I said, what matters is the result. The end result is what matters, not the method. And they're paying you for the result. They're not paying you for the method. I think I got that actually from another detailer who has a YouTube channel as well. We'll call it Jimbo's Detailing. So, Jimbo, sorry, kind of took that from you. Don't come after me. But it's true. I mean, you're not charging for method. You're charging for the result. Um, so that's pretty much it for now. I do have a couple of cars tomorrow, so I am washing some rags right now. They're the exterior ones because I'm all out of wash mitts. So you, I need to take care of that. Um, I think another tip I can give you. Let me think. Hmm. Okay, so now that I was talking about the results and the method, just buy stuff to make it easier on yourself. Don't don't buy like a an iron mover for wheels if you're just turning up, because iron movers are expensive for the most part. Even if they are like Meguiar's or any of those well-known brands that are just you can find at Walmart, they're still expensive. Considering even if you were to buy a fallout remover, an iron remover that's a Walmart for like $10 for a small bottle. It seems like a good deal for $10. Like, yeah, cool. You use the iron remover for $10, but at the end of the day, like you spend $10 on a product you probably only use one time, and you may make yeah, some extra income from the car, but you're gonna have to spend $10 every time. That's a lot to spend on a product every time you do a car. So don't go too fancy. Don't buy anything that's gonna that you also you when iron remover you have to like scrub the tires, scrub the you not scrub but wash the paint and rinse it off really good. Um, and that's an extra step. It can be dangerous if you apply it, especially in direct sunlight or if it's in on a hot day like where it's really hot. Um, don't I wouldn't use that. I would just use I don't know something as simple as super clean or purple power. So I would just use that. There is something I do use. I wish I can remember the name. It's a spray on foam um, tire dressing, wheel dressing. I call it coating because technically that's what it is. But what it does, it actually you spray it on the tire, and it actually cleans the tire as it shines it. And I had my doubts about it at first. It was like $3 or something. I'm like, it's not gonna work. But I tried it, and it saves so much time, especially on tires that are not too bad. Spray it on. I see the browning go away. It starts dripping off. I do apply like a little foam pad to like even it out because foam tends to like bunch up and like create these little spots where it's like overly saturated. But just go through with a pad, and then if you want to, you can take off a little bit with a rag and just let it dry. But yeah, that's all I got for you guys today. Again, if your car's not that dirty, you might not be a good idea to call a detailer unless you really want to pay a detailer to wash your car. It tends to be more expensive with detailers, but that's why we're detailers. We're not car washes. We're detailers. Even a car wash to us is not just that simple. We take pride in cleaning everything we can, while even on a simple car wash. So, but if you really need it or if you really want it, I think it all depends on what you're willing to pay. But that's it for today. I need to get stuff ready for tomorrow. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. You can subscribe and like the video if you liked it, and you can follow us on Instagram at Purely Clean Detail and see our results from cars that we've done or any pictures that we like to take. We show them on there. All right, thank you guys.